Hello again, resin collectors. Today we have the U2 branded SF90XX in silver. I don't remember if I bought the Spider or the Coupe. I don't know what's available. I'll leave a link when I figure out what I ordered. So, this is a motor trend here. This thing is $900,000. It's going to cost you over $1 million to buy this car. It's a hybrid of some sort. V8 twin turbo making almost 800 horsepower, and then it's got electric motors, front and rear electric motors. So you got over 1,000 horsepower going on in this thing. 8-speed transmission. Oh, this is the fastest accelerating road legal car the Ferrari has made. So it's basically a track car that's street legal. Wikipedia says around 799 units of the Coupe and 599 units of the Spider are pre-allocated already for rich people. Alright, what's in here? So we have a Coupe. Okay, let me come back. Alright, you got a standard. These guys always give you this little business card saying thanks. It's just a waste of cardboard though. It's going to end up in the trash. This is a slightly different microfiber that I'm accustomed to seeing. I guess people can appreciate that. And then you got the cardboard thing. Yeah, unfortunately I had to buy that. I think a sleeve works just as well. Fuel Me models never have problems, and they just come in the standard sleeve. I don't see any tape holding this thing together. Let me open it vertically like this here. Okay. Let's look at these photos. This car looks white in these photographs, but I did a search for silver, and these have these orange highlights. It looks like a white car. Maybe it is a white car. So little orange rims on the model. They are on there. These black 5 spokes as usual. I hate black wheels. You can't really see what's going on there. It just makes no sense for rich people to have black wheels. They're not going to clean the car themselves. Why don't you show off your wheels? You're basically showing off when you buy a Ferrari. You're not, right? If you're showing off, wouldn't you want to show off the whole thing? But then again, I'm not rich, so I guess I don't think like rich people. That's a pretty crazy back end. Okay. Let's get a different camera angle here. Get some better light distribution from above. And start it with this. Well, I guess the base, as usual with U2, you have this funky, like multicolored carbon graphic, and it's printed on the back side. It's actually some sort of film or something, or printing. It seems thick. We have some chromed or stainless steel screws holding that down. Okay. Then we have a very, very mirror shiny piece of metal here with some etching, and there seems to be 300 of this colorway. I think there's 3 other colors released right now. I can't remember what. I think one of them was blue. I assume one has to be red. I don't know what the other one is. So it does tell you what the car is, and then it tells you the brand. So that's nice. I suppose it would make sense if it said 164 for people that have never collected or picked up something like this before. Alright, focus. Zoom. Alright, we have a prancing horse in the middle and it's upright, so that's good. Then you can see the glossiness of the wheel. It's like a fan blade, really. The wheel design, interesting. And then the orange perimeter is, pretty thick compared to the real thing, but I think it has to be. It's shrunken down 64 times. Oh boy, those tread blocks are horrible. At this magnification, at least. I will say, to the naked eye, though, it doesn't look so bad. I'm just looking at it off camera here. It doesn't look so bad to the naked eye. But under magnification, it looks like a rally car. The disc brake looks good. The rotor itself has some etching. It's probably a piece of metal then. And then the caliper's 3-dimensional, but it's black, so just vanishes. Alright, what's going on around it? There's a little carbon graphic here. I have to assume that's a decal. It looks pretty smooth. Might be under the clear coat. The silver paint is pretty fine flake. Looks nice. We have some black paint, I think, up in these vents. Looks good. The crest looks pretty nice as well. the separate mirror here. There's a black bottom and a silver top, and it's got a reflective sticker, so that's nothing wrong there. The bottom part of this car, we do have this carbon. Yeah, I think this is all clear coated. Look how smooth the finish is on this. There's no wrinkliness of a decal. So this is done right. This is done well. Very good, very good. Panel gaps, I guess, are standard fare for a resin model. They're okay. I think they could be thinner, but maybe it's because I'm magnified. Again, to the naked eye, it doesn't look like an issue. The side windows, super thin packaging, kind of plastic. You can focus right through to the other side, most likely. Yeah, you can actually watch television through these windows. Well, you'll have to take my word for it. Alright, so the back side of that window has a black printing, and the outside might have printing as well for like the door cuts. Where's my pig? I can't even tell. I feel like that's on the outside surface. I can barely tell it's there. Alright, so no metal piece, no molding on the outside. Boy, the camera's having a hard time between the black and the shiny silver. This vent here, so the top of it, all carbon, under a clear coat, looking great. There's an inserted piece here with a nice texture, looking great. Apparently that's the door handle there. And the rear wheel, yeah, looks, the horse is upright. Looks pretty good. The venting here, black paint. Alright. Zip around to the front. So the headlights. Try to get some light in there. Looks like a projector, I don't know. Looks like a bunch of small lights are back there. There's also some striations right here, some sort of Fresneling. I think I can feel those. Yeah, that's probably on the outside. Anyways, it's a pretty good light assembly. It looks three-dimensional behind the pane of plastic there. Alright, so now the carbon in here is, look at that, it's actually going in there. So that's impressive. And then we have a photo etch grill here, and I think you can see some air behind it. The light's shifting around behind. Where's the flashlight? I doubt there's anything behind there. Yeah, it's just darkness. That's fine. So look at the chin spoiler. It's so smooth. The carbon, it looks really good. And then, yeah, there's some sort of weird double thing going on there. I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's inspired by F1 technology. This orange thing in the front, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a giant carbon fiber tow hook. Please leave a comment. Let me see here. No, I'm mistaken. I thought that was air right there. So this maybe it's a camera or something. I thought that was an opening, and this would be a tow hook in an accident or something. There's a little vertical section there, and then yeah, this pick goes in pretty far down in there. So this all looks nice. I think this must be black paint up in here. Okay, and it really looks good. Okay, so the Ferrari badge is nice and small. Doesn't look too out of place as well. It's centered well enough. Let's go around to the side here, make sure it looks a-okay. Suppose if one was to nitpick, maybe something's wrong there underneath the paint. It looks a little splotchy. Tire, wheel, orientation of the horses are good enough. Alright, going to the back. Yeah, this side checks out, looks okay. Going to the rear end now. A lot of craziness. So first thing I'm checking out are the exhaust tips. They're clearly round, they're clearly deep, they're dark inside. What I can't tell is, I don't know if those are metal or not. They're so small, but they possibly might be plastic. Yeah, I don't know. The carbon work back here seems okay. This time we have a black painted grille, and I assume again there might be air behind it. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can see the light shift back there. So that's cool. Then we have two very thin red reflectors. I think those might be decals. They're not resin. I don't know. It's hard to say. Here it looks like it's resin, but with my phone screen I can't tell. It's nice to have a license plate with something on there, so that's great. And then look at all this carbon fiber graphic going in all these different surfaces. In there, vertical, vertical, down under here. This is reflecting the checkerboard of this base, so it looks a little bit weird. Yeah. And then it's all over, this carbon graphic. I don't know how they do that. You know, I don't see any breaks. Leave a comment if you have an idea. How do you get this graphic on this crazy complex surface? But I don't see any wrinkles. I don't see any breaks in the color. I wonder if it's like hydro-dipped, hydrographics or something. Possible. I don't know. Okay, well, we got the nice smooth carbon effect here again. And then we have some thin metal veins. That one is floating. It's just about to break off. So I'm going to leave it alone. Behind it is a grill. Yeah, same on this side's much better. And then we have some sort of red tail light. Let me get the flashlight. Yeah, it's clearly transparent, but it's a very dark red. Okay, but light is getting in there. And then we have this red paint or decal. I can't tell for the third brake light. So underneath the wing even, you have this carbon graphic. And you can see that faint line. So I don't know if that's I think that could mean it's a printing process. Like tampo printed. Okay, the top of the wing, very glossy, very nice. The end caps are orange, looking good. So there's a Ferrari badge there on the rear trunk there. I guess it's not trunk, engine cover. And then the carbon fiber surrounding this engine window. It's very glossy again, very nice. Oh, boy, I can't tell if there's air in those vents. Zoomed in again. I don't think they're passing air. I feel like there's like... You know what? I do think maybe it is a tampo, but it was painted gray before. And like, see here on the bottom left vent, how there's gray and some carbon getting in towards the bottom. So maybe it's a tampo print and then they clear coated it. Alright. Well, anyways, the rear window here, it's got blackout on the back side. There's literally air passing here. And then the engine itself has a bunch of carbon graphics inside. I don't know if that's an oil cap right there, but it's got printing on it. And then if you angle the thing, look, you got the cylinder heads in red. And a whole bunch of carbon work on the side of the engine bay. Interesting. I don't know if that's a decal or not. I don't see any air pockets or wrinkles. But I feel like it would be a decal, but maybe I'm mistaken. Anyways, that's a really great engine considering most of it is hidden. Right? It's mostly under this. But if you look at a certain angle, that's the beauty of these thin windows. You can really see through them quite well. So now I'm asking if anyone knows what this thing is. What is this bump for? Is that the antenna? Because there's another one up here. I assume that's the antenna. And then we have some inserted metal, I assume, pieces here for these vents. Looking good. The orange paint is good. There's no overrun. So is one of these a fuel and maybe one is the charger? I don't know what those, which is which. And then this seems like it's an opaque roof. I thought maybe it was smoked for a second, but now you can see the reflection. I have a magnetic bar above us. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm nitpicking, but the windscreen wipers, as nice as they look, they're flat. They're not bent perpendicular to the windscreen. And a lot of other brands will do it. They'll take the time to bend the blades perpendicular to the windscreen. Okay, well, the blackout of the printing here looks good. The little window for the sensor there. And then the dashboard, we got a bunch of carbon fiber, all glossy. Now that, I think is a decal. You can just see the wrinkliness here. And there, how it's running off. But I could be mistaken. Some, maybe a black paint wash in that vent. Some of this color going on that side. The steering wheel. Boy. Oh, steering wheel's got a carbon graphic on it. The stalks maybe. I'm looking for the stalks in the steering wheel or the paddle shifters. And that was one lumen. Seems really bright. Can't tell from that angle. I have to assume there's paddle shifters there. I think so. Let me put this down, hit focus. Here's a rear view mirror, and it's got a reflective sticker. It's three-dimensional, that mirror, as well. It's not just a thin piece of metal. The door panel, you can clearly see some orange over there. You can see some red seatbelt buckles. So, some sort of seat belts. I think they're black. The headrests, I think there might be a horse at the top of that headrest. Possibly. I can't hit focus. I don't have three hands. Let's see, I put the flashlight down, so it's not easy doing this stuff. Maybe with one hand. This is not easy. Okay, so maybe I can't even get the light inside that window. It's shallow. That's the problem with sports cars. It's really hard to see inside of them. Alright, well, let me hit focus here. The instrument cluster's got a big yellow tachometer or something there. And some white gauges maybe to the left. Anyway, it's probably a decal. The steering wheel, yeah, there's a yellow horse there. Can't get light in there, but yeah, there's a prancing horse in the middle of the steering wheel. It's got a flat bottom. The dashboard's got some sort of molding in there, like a crevice. Can't get the angle. I'm trying to see if there's any pedals down there, but it's even if they're there, I don't think you're going to be able to see them. The door panel actually has a carbon graphic on it. I didn't pick up on that before. See? Carbon, and then the handle itself is black. The middle console has a carbon graphic on it as well. A bunch of switches there in black. There's a photo etched metal harness buckle there. Possibly slide buckles there on the vertical part of the seat. So that's a pretty well detailed interior. I just wish it wasn't black. It'd be a lot easier to see if it wasn't. Is there anything in between those seats back there? Lost focus again. Now, I assume there's a window there and you can see the engine, but I don't know for sure. So here we are with my new big wooden mega coaster. I don't know, the cars at the perimeter might blur quite a bit though. So here's the Spider standard version, and that's by Cart or CA Art. Let's look at a few other XXs. This is by Cars Lounge of the 599XX. This is the FX XK Evo by U2. And then this is the F8XX with a Mansory treatment, and it's so garish. This is by Fuel Me. It's so garish, I like it. I would never drive it, but of course if someone gave one to me, why would? But it wouldn't be my choice to buy something of that color scheme. Yeah, so it's kind of nice to have, you know, some Ferraris that aren't red for a change. Most of my Ferrari collection is red, but I think this works really well in silver. I know some other commenter really liked this thing in silver. This I bought gold because someone has one parked in the garage downstairs. And yeah, it's nice to have some other colors. And Enzo's rolling over in his grave apparently, but that's what's going on. People want to have a custom car when you're paying this much money for it, right? Seems like another fine job by you two. I don't recall complaining about anything, right? In fact, it was mostly praise. How well the carbon fiber is so smooth. It has to be clear coated. I think they might literally be tampo printing it and then clear coating it. That's what I suspect, because I didn't see any weird air pockets or ridges underneath the carbon areas. Oh, I didn't even notice. There are some black inserts in these orange front vents, by the way. Might be hard to see, but there's something going on in there. Or maybe it's just black paint. Okay, well anyways, so you two, fantastic job here. So I look forward to your next release. Preferably it'll be something other than Ferraris. I do think that resin models, the majority of them are Ferraris. If you actually looked on AliExpress or whatever, most of them are Ferraris. I guess, is that what people want? I mean, I have nothing against collecting Ferraris. It's just that a little more variety wouldn't hurt either. Maybe some things that aren't hypercars, right? Maybe some more resin sedans or something like that. But maybe people wouldn't buy those. So anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next resin video. We'll see you. Bye.